What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. I think the one thing that really aggravates most XRP investors is the fact that Ripple dominated the SEC in court. XRP was deemed not a security, and here we are back at 50 cents. What was the point of this whole endeavor? And I totally understand it, but I said at the time I did not expect XRP to go on some moon run once this case was over, even though we were likely to win. And why was that? Well, we have a fairly comparable situation. Citizen Hinman, he gave Ethereum a free pass. He gave the very famous illicit speech saying that Ethereum was not a security, one of the best speeches that money could buy. At the time of that speech, Ethereum was trading at $520. After the speech, the Ethereum token would go as low as $84. Does that mean that the speech wasn't relevant? It wasn't important? No. It was one of the most important speeches or events in crypto history. It set the stage. You can see this graph on the screen, the very left side, 520. And you see this long red line. And then once the space went into a growth phase, another bull run, we were off to the races with Ethereum. In part, not only because of that speech, but part of it was Ethereum being seen as a compliant, non-security token that you could safely trade. So I wouldn't go too wild just because XRP didn't go directly to the moon the moment a judge, which to me is more powerful than Citizen Hinman, when a judge says XRP is not a security, the moment she said that, just because XRP didn't go to the moon doesn't mean that it wasn't an important event. It sets the stage for when this space starts to grow again. Now, a lot of people are looking at what's going on right now. With Ethereum, it's just adding validators at a ridiculous pace. And the problem is the network isn't set for this many validators, right? So as they start to pour in, it's going to be problematic. And we may hit a max by March. They might have to come out here with a quick update, or they might have to stop allowing new validators to be added to the Ethereum mainnet here. I'm not sure what their solution's going to be. But again, if it keeps growing at this pace during either an accumulation phase or a bear market, whichever way you want to term it right now, if we start going on a run, it may even pick up the pace. This is one of those things where, you can't foresee every single little factor, and there's going to be a lot of things that blockchain has to deal with as we grow, these growing pains. And this is a good problem to have. You want a lot of people running validators and staking, but it's growing much faster than they anticipated, and they will have to deal with this before too long. The Ripple Party, there was rain, there's all sorts of stuff going on, but it was a great success. Now, a lot of people were upset. They were expecting some sort of announcement. As Brad Garlinghouse told us, other than this horrific tattoo, there was no big announcement. It was only a celebration, and I think one worth having. Again, this was a moment in time for all cryptocurrencies to have a unbiased judge step in here and deem, XRP is not a security. It's not a security transaction when it's trading on the secondary market. And these are going to be important for all crypto as we move forward. This is the law of the land today. If you don't like it, you better change it, but that's okay. Because as long as the rules are the same for everyone, we don't have a problem. So go ahead and run out new, legal infrastructure here. We will follow the law, but you got to let us know what it is. And that's exactly what Judge Torres did. Great celebration. I hope to make one of these events. I think Brad Kimes may have, another one of these next year, like he did to great success earlier on. And so hopefully I can make that. I'll do my best. Minus Wells asking, his only question is, will ADA have the massive bull run like it did last time? What's everyone speculating? And man, they are doing massive developments here. This blockchain's getting better by the day. Will it do as good? Well, last time we had that massive bleed down to 2 or 3 cents. Like, if we don't have that much of a drop, no, it may not be quite as big of gains as you saw last time. But in terms of growth, onboarding people, and I think that top line number will go much higher than it did last time. Yes, I think this is going to be a great bull run for ADA. And I think you're going to see a lot of people using the blockchain instead of just hoping that they can, like we did at least for the first half of the last bull run. It's ready, it's prime, and I think Cardano is going to do great. Will it have the same pop, the same gains? Probably not, just because it probably won't bleed down quite as far, but it's going to do quite well. I bring this up not to go after Crypto Lulu. Like, I'm not the thought police. People can believe in whatever they want to, but I want to front run this a little bit because I think I know where he's going. So he said, you know what, there's a secret XRPL amendment that's going to make buybacks possible. Now, you know me, I don't believe in buybacks, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this amendment because they're not secret in any way. They're out there. This is a public ledger. But I think what he's getting at is the clawback feature. This is why I want to talk about this subject, because you might hear a lot of stuff that they can claw back XRP or different things. It's nothing to do with that. So XLS39D is a clawback proposal, which for issued tokens, trust lines, they can put that feature in there where they'll be able to claw back tokens. You can't touch XRP, you can't freeze XRP, claw back, anything like that. But this is very useful for things like USDC and different stable coins. And, you know ahead of time, just like on Ethereum or other blockchains, if you're going to deal in these, assets, there may be, either freezes or clawbacks or whatever functionality they end up rolling out here. And I think if you're going to be a player with USDC, we see this also on Stellar. They have this feature set. It's going to be a requirement. Now, will this ever apply to XRP? Well, never say never. I mean, it's computer code. They can do whatever they want. And I could see the United States and Europe making that a requirement, and one that they could probably force on most altcoin projects. Again, you can't go to anyone in Bitcoin and make them implement something like this. But, if you were going to get Ripple or the Ethereum Foundation or the various developers on a lot of these altcoins, you could push something like that through, and we may go there someday. I've heard Joe Lubin talk about this, that, under extreme circumstances, the government may mandate that you have something like clawbacks or freezes. At this point in time, we haven't seen them for the base assets on these blockchains, but we may in the future. But what you're seeing with XLS39D is not that. And that's just my hypothesis. We may see that with other assets in the future. But right now, what you're seeing has nothing to do with XRP. You can't use XLS39D to claw back XRP and force a buyback or anything like that. This is going to be more useful for stable coins and assets of that nature. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.